Miss
I'm
Mojo?
ready. Yeah.
All right, go ahead. You want to intro this?
This is episode 9 on the Evolve or Die podcast. Today, we want to talk about comparing your life on social media as opposed to reality. And that could be anything from your body to your money to things other people have to relationships they have, jobs they have. When in reality, majority of the things you see is what Sean likes to say is just a highlight reel, and it's
The
not even
highlight reel.
reality.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So it's a common problem we're seeing, right? Social media. It's a new thing, kind of new thing, and
Hmm.
people are constantly trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Right.
They don't realize the Joneses don't exist. I mean, they do, but they don't. Some of us who, whatever, you get to that point in life, we're not showing off the shit. It's not. That's not what it's about. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I'm saying is, people are trying to keep up with their expectations are set to. They're trying to become something that's not even real. You know what I mean? Whether it's a body image or they want to drive the Lambo because they're comparing it to their friend on IG who's actually doesn't own the Lambo. It's his neighbor across the street. He lives in a trailer, but he goes over and takes pictures with the Lambo.
Most of the Joneses are in debt. The people who are making more money but buying more things at the same time, they don't
Yeah,
have actual wealth.
and some do, but I tell you what, they're not selling programs. They're not selling you programs on how to get wealthy, right? And they might be,
Mm-mm.
but very rare. So the problem
Mm-hmm.
is someone going after the image, the say the body, for instance. You're trying to look like that picture
Mm-hmm.
perfect girl, and that's great, except you don't see her weak points because you're not focused. She doesn't show them, for one thing, and you're not focused on them
Right.
anyway. Whereas,
She
being
showed me her assets.
yeah, her assets might be her best spot. Give a little, but but the issue
Her
is
her pancakes.
her pancake ass. Well, her ass might look good in those leggings, but you don't see the fat rolls hanging off the back. And that's the truth. This girl will be like, man, I want my
Mm-hmm.
butt to look like hers, and I'm like, man, you're not looking close enough. That shit's she's got some stacks going on in there. Why do you think you can't see it? Why isn't she wearing shorts? Why isn't she wearing short shorts? Because she's got a bunch of shit on the back of her legs. Why doesn't she show us the back of her legs? Like, oh, so it's you're trying to compare
Mm-hmm.
yourself to something that's not real, or it's something you've almost created in your mind, or you haven't even looked. She has never shown you her weak points, as most people wouldn't. He or her, whatever. Um, or you're trying to keep up with the Joneses who have, what appears to be really nice shit. And you know what? Maybe they do, but they're not. You don't see what's going on behind the scenes
They're not
either.
paying for it well.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
too.
no,
That
they're
too.
struggling.
Struggling. Debt
Or
collectors.
like how often do you see that? Like you guys all see me in my car live on concert every day. How
Concert.
often do you see these people live in their Lambo
Pretty rare.
or driving the vehicle
Mm.
or anything? I don't know. Like I think it's pretty like I literally get snaps and Instagram videos of people sitting parked in their car singing because I started this weird trend.
I love it.
I love it. Oh, I love
I
it.
love it
But
too.
I'm just
It's
saying,
good.
where's the reality behind these people who have the Lambo
The Lambo's a cool
or
thing,
are on a beach
but
working
yeah, I mean it's cool.
everywhere, you know?
But working on the beach, and then you have yeah, you're like, man, I gotta get a Lambo. I gotta get a Lambo, and you don't realize the person. You're trying to keep up with someone who really doesn't even have one. That's the problem. So basically, you have an
Or the
unrealistic
watch.
expectation of what life really looks like. You know what I mean? That's the problem. It's an unrealistic
Or
expectation.
pictures of couples. Like I if I go on my Facebook and I look at the pictures of my exes, I can tell you everything that actually happened that day
Oh yeah,
other than that perfect moment.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm like, whoa, that day? That was a really bad fucking day. This one? We did this, and this is what really happened. That one? Nope. Don't even go there. Don't open that door.
But we are
But
smiling.
picture perfect moment.
We're
Made it
kissing.
to
We're
the social.
smiling.
Oh, yeah.
Look at us.
Smiling, kissing, schmoozing. Look at how
Oh,
happy we
man, we are
are.
good.
We're great. We're Gucci.
We're Gucci. Great.
We're Gucci. No,
Gucci.
no,
No.
no, we're not. We're falling apart.
Falling apart.
Literally falling apart. This post is keeping us together. It's delaying the inevitable.
You're doing it for the gram.
Yeah.
Right? You're holding it
Yeah.
together for the gram.
Yeah. Then the Facebook, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's the problem. Is people are trying to compare themselves to things that just are not real. It's the highlight reel. People need to remember social media is the highlight reel. And for the most part, it always will be. And it's funny is there's probably people looking at them or the person that's comparing themselves to everyone else and thinking their life's great, So we're all looking at each other, Most people need to get back in touch with reality and maybe appreciate what they do have. And stop trying to focus on everyone else's life and focus on enriching theirs, making theirs better.
Right.
Realizing theirs is probably just as good, if not better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if the point of your whole page is I'm an entrepreneur or that whole fucking fake word, well, that's cool. But and people are like, I want to do that too because it's cool. But you don't realize it's not cool. It's not cool waking up at 3 a.m, going to bed at midnight, and doing every single thing you can do to keep it afloat, and stressing and worrying, and how you're going to pay your bills and pay your employees, and how much you're willing to drive yourself into the ground for it. All they see is, man, that's so cool. It's not cool, man. It's not cool.
It's work.
Hard ass work.
No
Success is
one
work.
shows that dirt. No one shows the garbage. No one shows the shit that doesn't look good. They don't want to be that real, that open, that exposed.
That's right.
They want to show you the after. And then they get even angrier when all these relationships fail because they all want to be part of the success, but they weren't there during the struggle, but you didn't share the struggle because that's not what you do on social media.
Right.
But all my relationships are destroyed.
It's true. It's true.
Like, maybe if you'd open up about it, the real part, I don't know. Like, things could have gone differently. Anytime I've been real with someone, it only got them closer, and sometimes I'm trying to push you away.
Two things going to happen. Either they're going to go with it or they're going to fucking run. Yep.
I'm like, great, I'm fucking stuck with this one. All right.
Yep. Either they're going to hear me or they're going to quit. They're out.
Right. I know. I kind of wait. Like, I don't expect anything, but I sit back and I'm like, one or two things are going to happen. They go that way or they stay.
It's true. Give it
And
to them.
like, I can count on 2-3 people that have just sat still and haven't gone anywhere. I'm looking at one of them.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So let's compare this to you've done a contest prep. I coach people. I've done one too, of course. But we know that the photos you see a lot with me and these girls in bikinis, and they're all done up and tanned up in their best shape of their lives, literally.
Eating
pretty
donuts.
much as glammed up as it can get, and it's like we're all taking the photo, and it is fun. I'm not going to say that it's not fun in that moment or that day or whatever.
Short day.
Yeah.
For all the work.
Yeah. It's funny thing. It's the day itself is fucking long as hell, right? Behind the scenes, sitting in a damn gym or hallway, or I can smell it. No deodorant. It's just like stinking it up. You don't see that in the photos.
Sure I passed
though.
out twice.
Yeah, you don't see that. But what you see are the after photos, and then what comes right down to it, those people jump into stuff thinking, I want that. And they're like, well, do you really want that? Do you know what went into this? Do you know what went into these 5 amazing photos? Holy shit. People are crying and screaming and miserable and screwing up relationships over it and pissing their friends off and a lot. They piss off the whole world to get ready for this show. And it's awesome. But people that jump a lot of times come to me, I turn them away because I'm like, I explain all that to them. I'll spend like 20 minutes on the phone. But look, let me talk you out of this first. And sometimes they understand and they still go. But other times they're like, oh, I wasn't thinking about it like that. I'm like, I know you weren't. You're just seeing like the amazing, the
glam.
Oh my God, I got a trophy. I got the pictures with
I look all dolled up.
I'm dolled up. Yeah. And it's a cool moment, but they don't realize that the backstory, the 3 months, the 6 months, the whatever.
The last show, I blocked my mother on my cell phone for 2 months. We got in such a big fight.
Right?
I sent a gentleman home who drove 18 hours to see me home.
Oh.
When he got there.
Damn.
I know. Like, you don't see this. Or like me trying to eat all my cod in my tears, just crying.
Yeah, that's it. That is a prep life story right there. Me eating my cod, crying.
That
sounds about right.
Because I have to eat it again.
You got to eat it again.
At this point, I'd rather just not eat it all.
You're done with that fucking cod.
I was so done with that fucking cod.
You were done with
I'm
that
not
cod
a white
like day
fish
2,
person.
and it's fucking day fucking 90, and you're done.
Yeah. Like, where's my mental sanity?
The damn highlight reel. So that's one example. Then you have, what's another good example of the highlight reel issue? Yeah, I guess it's just success and what people think.
Success.
People think a lot of people are so successful, and
like
they don't
post
realize.
Of cash money, and
Especially like younger guys, like they don't say that they're living at their parents' house or something, and it's this cool house, and they my house, and then people don't realize they're living in their parents' house. They're like, oh my God,
of a watch.
That 22-year-old, man, how did he make it so quick? Oh man, And then I realized literally the kid's living in his parents' house,
They're millennials acting like they have their grandparents' wealth.
Right.
Really, it's just a bunch of debt.
If they've even gotten into any yet. They probably haven't. You can't get into debt if you're living at your parents' house.
Well, 8 out of 10 people, though, are in huge debt.
Right.
It's like 8 out of 10 now.
That's crazy.
And majority of the homeless are in their 20s.
Yeah.
But we got a good Instagram post out of it.
Do it for the gram, baby.
Do it for the gram. Homeless in real life. For the gram.
Homeless for the gram, baby.
I got a gram.
Hey,
new $1,100 phone.
New hashtag. Come on.
Homeless for the gram.
See if it's, I bet you, that one might be used. We've started a few weird ones. That one might be used. Actually, you know what? I bet you it has.
And when they tell their like heroine story about how they overcame being homeless after making bad decisions.
More reality. That's reality now. It's fucking reality. This is the stuff though. People are chasing these fucking people down like, oh, I want to live like that. And they just don't see what's going on.
I think a big one, though, you mentioned it, your athletes. And like they're comparing their bodies to other women or men. That
one's huge.
That one's really huge.
I have that conversation, like I said, at least once a week. If not twice a week. I've been preaching it a lot. I just happened to get hit with it a lot lately. And it was just like, people literally send me pictures of, if not, sometimes it's 2 people that I coach sending me, talking about each other. I want to look like this. And the other girl saying, I want to look like, I've literally had that happen a couple times where they're talking about each other. And I'm like, I coached that person, right? And I had that, it was like a month ago. And they're like, and one of them didn't realize it and the other one did. But I said, oh man, I want that girl's. And I'm like, you don't know what that girl's weak. I said, I know exactly what's going on under her clothes. Under those leggings, under that chain. I was like, I'm not going to tell you where her weak spots are, but I'm going to tell you right now, she's got them, and she's not showing them. I'm like, why don't you start hitting some poses in the mirror in the right light, practice it, make you feel good, Then you'll realize you can look like her too.
You'll see things you like.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then it'll at least give you a little
You'll find
motivation.
something you like.
You're like, oh wow, I look, I'm like, you can't be, it's like you can't be like looking for muscle definition when they're fucking washed out bright white lights. I'm like, you see that person? They have the overhead light. They know where to hit this. I was like, they look just like you, you know. But people are like, are you serious?
Right.
I'm like, yeah. They just know how to hit the lights and the angles, you know. And
Right.
people got to try
No,
that.
I see it all the time.
Yeah, and that's the game. But you can't compare yourself to that and think that that's real. I mean, it is real, but they're just putting more effort in to make, hey, doing it for the gram, whatever. Put some filters on it, hit the lights. I get it. I do it, whatever. But it still requires some effort. But the other people are trying to compare themselves to that, thinking that they walk around literally looking like that, and they don't. Or I want to look like this girl or this guy, and they're looking at photo shoot photos or stage photos. I'm like, they don't look like that year round. They don't walk around like that. You know, a lot goes into that. But in their mind, they've actually built it
Oh,
up.
hell, yeah. Absolutely they have. Or think about like people who have a large following that paid for their following, but other people are like, how did they get their following?
My
I'm
dad
like,
is
they
just
bought
talking
it.
about becoming transient instead of homeless. See it? What does that mean?
Oh, yeah. Transient?
Oh, because it sounds cooler, maybe. That does sound cooler.
If
That could be it.
it does. It could be it. I don't know. When I lost all my money and I was living in my car, I'd call it just homeless.
Right?
that's that's what I'll call it
Instead
because
of,
that's what
it's kind
happened.
of like people on social could say, I'm a socialite instead of saying I'm a drunk. Right?
Oh, traveling instead of staying in a shelter
Right. Oh, yeah, yeah.
is what mm, you
Yeah.
see that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Place to place to place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, but it's and that's why I said like even like people with millions of followers and people like they have so many followers or when they tell me that or whatever, I'm like, well, that one bought 'em. Mine, like behind the scenes, like tell them how many comments a day you give and likes
That's right.
over your own.
That's right.
I know you hammer the crap out of other people's pages and you're genuine about it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. A little
Like you
comment
actually pay attention to.
can actually brighten someone's day. Saying, hey, you look great. I
Yeah.
could literally, like, people, like, message me, oh, my God, thank you. That's, wow. Like, no problem, I think it's important. What goes around comes around.
Um, it does. Well, like people have literally messaged me every day and they're like, I don't know why you were there that one time, but you were in the darkest place of my life, but you were just there. You were up and you were talking to me and you said something to me that's like stuck with me since then and now it's turned around or I hear what you said or like I've spent more time behind in the DM like talking to people who needed help with what I can actually teach on. Well, I'm gonna teach them on the money part someday, but like the things I can teach on behind the scenes, people would just be like, I don't know why you were there. I don't know why you shouted me out on your story. I don't know why you did this, but it made so much of a difference. And I'm like, that's where these people came from.
That's real. Again, work,
Yeah,
and in the end, it's time and work,
right.
right? It's not fake. It's
And
real.
it's behind the scenes. You
Behind the
don't see every
scenes.
message we get. You don't see
That's
every
right.
comment we make.
You don't get the congrat. People go, oh my God, you did doing such a great job helping all these people. Right? It's thankless, except for with the person. You're not doing it in the public eye. It's behind the scenes, but it's work. And that's where you
Well,
build real connections, and people don't see all that.
no.
And then you get the
Even men who tried to date me don't see that. They're like, well, I saw this is the only time someone notices my comments. They're like, you comment on a bunch of men and women's pictures. I'm like, here we go.
Here we go again.
There we go.
Here we go
Some
again.
of us have a reason for it. Have a reason.
All right. Again, you're putting something in behind the scenes, putting some work in. You know the old saying, keeping up with the Joneses, right? I mean, that's been, people have been saying that since, well, I don't know, forever, 40s, 50s, I don't know. Who knows? Somewhere in there.
Literally forever.
And I don't know, maybe they were a real family, I'm not sure. But the saying, so now with social media, it's just become exaggerated. You know, literally it used to be the Joneses down the block and they bought a new station wagon or whatever. So now we got to get a new station wagon. We got to, you know, whatever. Now it's a Lambo, but whatever. But either way, it was, now social media is just kind of exaggerated and maybe sped up that process of people thinking that they didn't realize that the Joneses have an abusive family and the guys are drunk. They're fucking debt collectors knocking at the door. Tow truck's about to tow that car out of the driveway. They don't see all that. They're just like, oh, we got to do this. I got to live like that. And they don't realize that those people aren't actually living like that. That's what it comes down to, you know?
Right.
So you got to stop trying to compare yourself to others and appreciate what you have, you know?
Right.
Appreciate what you have and everything that you've got, and always just focus on yourself and trying to make yourself better. Not try to become something that's not real in the first place, you know?
Right. You have to evaluate like the cards you were dealt. There's a reason for it.
Yes.
You're supposed to play your hand.
Yeah, and I think it's good to be inspired. And I think, but you can't try to become something that's not real in the first place. You know what I mean? It's like
you're comparing, and there's nothing to compare it to.
If you want to compare some, like, if you really know the facts about a certain person's life, or you know, like, I want to build this big business, and you're trying to be, you know, be that guy who's selling the business coaching plans, and he got his Lambo in the ad and whatever. Yeah, and you're like, and you're trying to become that. It's pretty crazy that you're trying to become something that he's not in the first place. Whereas if you knew like a real business owner down the block, you can see on a spreadsheet and, you know, the public records that that's $1 million business, whatever it is. You can, okay, you want to aspire to be that? That's cool. And you know the guy's story and it's real. But if you see it on social media, here's what social media is. You got a 22-year-old, takes a picture of his parents' house. Parents work their ass off. They got a nice place. Then he runs down the street because he knows some dude that goes to the barbershop, happens to drive a Lambo, and he's in his vacation home. So you sneak over there and grab a couple pictures out front of the Lambo. You're like, yo, flexing, check this shit out. Rolling deep.
Doing it big.
Doing it big. You know, and you know, you can catch the picture.
Moves.
If you can catch a picture with that guy comes, he's at that vacation home certain dates every year. You know you can capture some photos there. So he runs over there and gets the photos. And then, you know, he puts it on the IG. And then you got the kid down the street's like, man, I've been working so hard. Why the fuck can't I be like him? You know? Why can't I have success like that? And then it literally demotivates people, and they become unmotivated. They're like, fuck, I can't do this. I can't do that. I don't know. I guess I don't have it. You know, realize that other motherfucker doesn't have it. But they do. They do have it. They have it way more than the person faking it.
Right. I
So
agree.
You got to remember.
It's too bad. And I think it affects teenagers too the worst.
The worst.
Teenagers and 20-year-olds.
Of course, because they're so they're influenced by everything, you know.
Yeah. Right.
So you have to be very careful. No matter what, I think in the end you've got to truly, before you start comparing yourself to others, make sure you truly know the picture and the scope of what you're looking at and trying to compare yourself to, whether it's a business or a body, or you gotta know that person's actually doing it. You know what I mean? Actually doing it. Hey, let's look at Brittany Dawn. Let's look at Brittany Dawn. Let's look at her IG. Actually, she's a great example.
She's a great example.
For those of you who don't know the Brittany Dawn story, look it up. She's a trainer who's been scamming the shit out of people for years. Proof.
Not giving them real product.
Not giving them the product. Some getting them fake products. Some not giving it to them at all. So if we look at her life on social media, she's got the nice pictures, going on vacations every other week, got the Range Rover, all that, the big house.
Super glamorous shots,
looking glamorous, got pro photographers in the game. And here's the reality. You want to be like her? Well, now we're finding out maybe you don't. But you see, her life looks so good, though.
The truth always
Always
comes to
comes
light.
out. Hmm.
It always
So
comes
she
to
had the
light.
business and the body. We're going to find out. We know the business is fake. Who knows what's going on with the body, but she certainly didn't know anything about working out from the plans I saw. So, she didn't know anything about training. She didn't know how to get someone in shape. She probably got an eating disorder. Who knows? Not that there's anything cool with that, but you don't, again, the great example, you don't know.
You don't know.
You
But
don't
you'll see
know.
her pictures with 15, 20,000 likes.
Yep. And those are bought too. So now we're
Uh-huh.
trying to get all that. And I mean, I guess if you scammed a bunch of people, you can live in the big house and all that, but look at the backlash that comes with that. It's wrong. And now
Mm-hmm.
she's fucked. But this whole
People.
time, you know why most people signed up for the plan? Because they literally wanted to be her. They said that I want to be like her. I want to be her. And now, the truth. You were trying to compare yourself to her this whole time, and realizing that, oh my god, this whole thing was fake.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing was fake.
I used to be so in love with a model, but then she turned kind of like into the porn industry and it broke my heart.
It happens.
Ah, it broke my heart. I was like,
Right.
I loved her, her curves, her muscle. Like, she's just so beautiful and she's funny. She plays video games, like, good spirit. She's adorable. And then Patreon girl, and
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, fine. Like, I still love you, but I'm just kind of hurt.
Right.
It's like finding out you got a French toast piece instead of pancakes.
I know. That's real. They bring you like, you're expecting pancakes, and they bring you out fucking crepes. You know what I mean? They're like
I would,
fucking little thin, little. How do you can't roll up a pancake? That shit ain't real. Like a crepe. Like, oh, it's not real.
I'd be so devastated.
I would too. I
It's
would
like
too.
I'm devastated. Where's my pancake?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I guess the takeaway is fuck. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop.
No.
Look inside. Look at your life. If you want to change something about it, change it. Work at it. But do not for a second sit there and feel bad about yourself
Mm-mm.
based on a comparison that's actually not real.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
When I'd say too, like if you can't get a hold of yourself, like seriously, you cannot control it. Like you're obsessively looking all day. Even my tracker on my phone says I spend still under 2 hours a day on my phone. I'm pretty impressed with that.
Pretty good.
Um, if you can't get a hold of yourself, get off social media for a while.
Sure. Take a break.
Take a break.
A social media fast.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I've done it for 6 months.
Jeez. Yeah, that's right.
And to make sure that I know it's a tangible thing and that it has a purpose
Right.
and that it's not involved in other people's business.
Yeah. Use it for inspiration, but not comparison.
Yeah.
Use it
Yes.
for inspiration, but don't
Yeah.
dig into the details and literally obsess over what appears to be a life that someone actually doesn't have, or a body that actually has flaws that you just don't happen to see, and they don't show you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The trained eye, you notice people only hit you with certain angle. You get to know that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
We all know ours.
yeah, and I said it's from my perspective for someone to say they want to look like someone I was actually coaching, and I'm like, I know the reality on that girl. I know.
Mm-hmm.
And you would be like, what the fuck if I told you where she's holding all her fat, or and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, really? And they didn't know, they had trouble believing me, and I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
gonna tell. I can't talk about it, but look, that girl's got some shit. There's some junk in some places.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. And when
It
you
is
explain
crazy.
that to them, they like, really? I'm like, really? Really? She's got great shoulders and nice abs, but man, you ever seen her backside? Like, no. I'm like, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. We all
Agreed.
got our weak spots.
We do. We all do.
So all we can do is work on ourselves and our weak spots, and not be ashamed of them either. Just go at it.
Work on what sucks.
Yeah. But don't work
Whatever.
on trying to become something that is not there in the first place.
Right. It's not real.
Not real.
Don't chase that.
Right? It's like
I
just
agree.
because Marty McFly took the time machine in Back to the Future doesn't mean, you're going to go back in time. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
Just because you go 88 miles an hour in a DeLorean doesn't mean time travel is going to happen. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
how much time people waste on social media. They're like
88
88 years and light years ahead of.
88. Where's Doc Brown when I need him? Where's fucking Doc Brown when I need him? You know what I'm saying?
Let's just advance their life 9 hours a day on social media. I'm just saying.
Well, social media is the highlight reel. In Back to the Future, it's the fucking highlight reel too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I leave my office
if I
every
thought
day
that shit was
asking
real,
what
I'd go
year
get
it
it.
is.
I'm gonna get a fucking DeLorean right now. That's it. I'm gonna put some plutonium in the back. I'm gonna get a flux capacitor, and I'm going back to 1955, baby. You know
I'm
what saying?
going to Egypt.
All right.
Like I want to see the pyramids. I want to see the Romans. I'm curious.
Going back to 1955 clock tower.
Oh,
Know what I'm saying though?
I'll meet Humphrey Bogart.
Just remember,
I know.
you know what's cool about a movie? You can be inspired by it, but you got to remember it's not real.
Yes.
Just like social media, you can be inspired by it, but it's not real.
Yes.
Some of it is, but
don't make idols of people and things.
There's a serious comparison between movies and social media. Like, it's the same concept. Movies, you're seeing what they want you to see. It's the story. As we narrate our story on social media, just the same. Mm-hmm. Right?
No, I mean, I promise you this is a fact. The only reason I've been able to keep separate is from a faith-based reason. Like, I don't make idols of people or things. I just don't. Because they're not my only thing I call God. That's a personal thing to me. But when I did that, I separated myself from reality of matter of fact. These are not things you idolize or compare yourself to. They didn't hold power over me when I removed it. So remove their power. Don't let them hold power over you. That's your choice. Because you're just serving multiple masters and you're always going to be destroyed. Like, at the end of the day, if money's your idolization or this person or all of them, you're just going to be destroyed.
Yep.
It's like constant chaos.
And then it's a big letdown. You find out, I was trying to become, they're not even the person I thought they were.
Right.
They don't have the life I thought they live. They don't have the body I thought. Mm-hmm. They're everything. Mm-hmm. And that's going to lead you to, you're going to be miserable and depressed.
Yeah. With that constant thing in your head. Why am I not like this person?
Yes. Why am I not? That's exactly what people say. Why am I not this person? How come I can't have that success,
And that pity and that death talk is just making you go lower and lower and lower and lower. No.
So social media is a highlight reel. I think that's the rule. It's a highlight reel. Don't keep up with the Joneses because you don't know what's going on with the Joneses. You don't know the life they actually lead.
If not, ask them a real question.
That's right.
See if you get a real answer. Mm-hmm. You can know. You can tell.
Yes, you can.
It's not hard.
Stop.
Just be straight up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Look inside. Reevaluate your life and whatever you want to improve and improve it. That's it.
Yep.
Look at yourself.
Agreed.
Be grateful for what
good.
you have.
Yes, that's good.
Be grateful. Okay. That's good.
That was good. Episode 9, everyone.
Episode 9. Highlight reels.
Thanks for watching, guys.